Hi, this is Miss Rain from IMVU, and today we're going to do a photo edit. We are actually going to do a photo edit just like this. We're going to take a plain little Abby picture. I actually took off my eyelashes and any facial tattoos or my extra freckles that I had on. I took all that good stuff off for this photo. But we're going to take a picture that looks like this, and we are going to turn it into this. Seems like a lot of work, yes, but it's really not. What we're going to start with first you're going to want to download these brushes. These brushes are an absolute lifesaver when it comes to photo editing, and the way I do it, or the way I'm going to show you how I do it today. So you will, of course, download these and install them into GIMP like we do any other brush. I will be including the link in with this so that way you can get that. Alright, so let's start off with, go ahead and let's take our Abby picture. I actually like this pose. I think it's cute. But you just kind of find a pose that you like. That's a sweet little pose. Make sure it's not glitchy too much around the face because, of course, we're going to do a close-up. I like that. Alright, so kind of get her centered right there. And we're going to use our code. If you don't know our code, let's get you this up here. Our code that we are going to use is star HIRESNOBG. Alright, whatever you do, save this code. It comes in handy. So we're going to take, I'm going to copy this, and I'm just pasting it in the chat log and hit enter. Once I do that, that should take that picture and put it directly on my desktop. Alright, so I'm going to actually put this into my GIMP. It's not going to allow me to do it like that, so we'll open and open with GIMP. And it should open right up. There we go. Alright. Now first we're going to do this couple different things. First I am going to kind of zoom in on my face. Alright, this might not make sense at first, but trust me, we're kind of going to be prepping our canvas, if that makes sense. Because we will be doing a little bit of work on this. First we're going to get our smudge tool, which is our little finger right here. I want to use my fuzzy dot, the medium right here, number 2, or the 50 and not the 75. Alright, I'm going to get that brush, and I have it set to about 10. And what we're fixing to do is we're fixing to kind of soften these lines. Not only that, but as you see right here where the eyelashes are, we're just kind of going to smudge that out right there. Just like that. Make it look like it belongs in the hair. Alright, because we're actually going to get rid of these eyelashes, believe it or not, but we're not going to do that just yet. First, let's start off with smoothing out the lines of her face and around her face. If you notice, these lines are extremely hard, extremely rough. It kind of makes your picture not look so realistic. So we're going to start by smoothing out these lines. Alright, we're going to kind of start right up in here. And I'm holding down shift as I do this. And kind of just go around the edge of the face. See how it softens that line. Make sure you follow your chin line, because that's one area we want to soften. Just for the simple fact, if you notice, there's a little bit of a point right here on the chin, so that's why we do it like this. Or at least that's why I do it like this. To kind of smooth that out and work your way up the side. Alright, just like that. We are also going to do this as far as around the hairline goes. Go ahead and soften that up some. But if you notice, I move in the direction that the hair is laying. So if it's laying to the right, that side is going to the right. If it's laying to the left, that side will go to the left. Always work with the directions of your hair when doing this. Alright, this could take just a minute. Sorry about that. Now as you see, I have an earring shining through there. I can either leave it or I can just go ahead and take it out. I'm probably going to just leave it for now. But this is completely up to you. If you wanted to remove it, you would do it the same way as we do these lashes when we do them. Alright, now let's go back to the other side. And if you notice, I'm mainly only focusing on the facial area because that is the area that I'm doing my work on. Alright, this all will seem crazy right now, but trust me, there's a method to my madness. Just, just kind of bear with me here just a moment and you'll understand more of what I'm doing. Okay. Let's go ahead and do these down here like this. Down here just like this. Nothing really major. Alright. That's good as far as the smudging around the face goes. Alright, now the next step is going to be, we're going to take these out. So I'm still going to use my smudge tool and I'm going to leave that at a 10. And I'm going to kind of, let's go ahead. Let's do this a little bit different. Let's do our clone tool. We're fixing to clone some stuff. First we're going to, this is our source right here. We have to hit control and click, get our source. And then you just kind of click. I know it's going to seem crazy. Just watch and learn. You'll be like, oh my God. Alright. Now, I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to get my source and I'm going to go in here. And you see I'm not doing all of it. And there's going to be a reason why. Oops. Let's take out a couple of them dots. That one right there. Okay. Now let me go ahead and grab my smudge tool again. And we're just going to kind of smudge this out. Kind of like a concealer, I guess you would say. But just kind of just smudge that out. Just hide those bottom lashes. It'll blend a little bit better on. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger to make it look right. Alright, and just smudge that out right there. Alright. Now, that is not quite perfect yet, but it will get there, trust me, and you won't even be able to tell by the time I am done. Alright, so now that we got that side done, let's go ahead and do this other side. And you just kind of got to be careful. You need to lower the size of my brush. Here with the brushes, there's no in particular, right or wrong size to use. This is just all up to you and how you want to do it. Let's get this. Alright. Kind of want to smudge that out a little bit more at the bottom. Alright. As I said, it looks kind of crazy right now, but just go with me on this. You'll never even be able to notice. Alright, now we got the bottom lashes gone. Alright, good, cool. Let's do these top lashes. These we're going to do a little bit different, as we are not going to be cloning anything. We're actually just going to smudge these bad boys away. Because guess what? These will work in your makeup. And you'll never be able to tell they are there. And it's pretty awesome. You can change your makeup also if you wanted to. That's not hard to do. I got a little eyelash right there in the hair. Take that out. Alright. Anyways, as I was saying, you can change your makeup. That's not hard to do. You can do your colors. You can do all that stuff. That's real easy to do. That's all up to you. I'm not going to particularly be doing that tonight in this video, because this is going to be a pretty long video, and that does take some time. So, get that done right there. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and zoom on out of here. If I had it at 200, we're going to go down to 50. Now, as you see, you cannot tell she had any eyelashes. You cannot tell she had any of that good stuff. So, we did a pretty decent job. It looks kind of crazy up close, but, you know, far away, it don't look half bad. Alright, now, here's going to be some fun part. Now, see this right here. We are fixing to do some detailing around the nose. This is just something that I like to do, just for me. I just like the effect of it. So I'm going to use this tool right here. This is called our Dodge Burn Tool. Now, this tool has two different functions. It can go either light, just like that, as you see right there. We're not going to use that one. We're going to use the burn, which is the dark, and to get that you will hold down the control button to get that. Alright, so let's go ahead. We need to make our brush itty bitty, because these lines are itty bitty. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. I actually want to go in a little bit bigger. Easier to focus on the area that you are working on. So, because I am doing the nose, I want the nose up, front, bright, center, you know. That way I can see what I'm doing. You don't have to zoom in like this. This is just what I do because I can see my detailing better. Because I'm half blind. Not playing, but for real. I can see my detailing better by doing this. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to hold down our shift, or I'm sorry, our control. And we are just kind of going to go on the outside of the edge of the nose. And see how that makes it a little bit darker. Just like that. Now I'm going to go inside the nose. Kind of darken this area. Just like that. And bring it out just a little bit, because you know there's always a shadow inside the nose. Go underneath the nose, and then up into the next nostril, and just kind of do it like that. The way we are going to blend this is going to make it look like there's a shadow, and it's actually, you can see inside the nose. It's going to look really, really neat, and you're going to be like, oh wow. So trust me on this. I think for some reason the detailing on the nose is a big thing to me. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do this side. Just kind of trace it out. It helps if you have a steady hand. My hand ain't perfect, but you know, it works. Alright, I'm actually going to go in the areas that I want darker again. I want to go back over these again. Alright, that area right there and right there. Okay. Now I'm going to go back and get my smudge tool and I'm going to take it up just a little bit. And I'm just kind of soften out these lines. And it kind of brings this out and makes it look more like a shadow. And just kind of do, you know, smudge that on there. And we're just going to smudge this just a tad bit and bring it down. Oops, we got the lip just a tad, a little bit, but we can fix that. We're just kind of smudging this out. That's like the shadowing under the nose. Let's zoom out just a little bit. As you see there, the overhang of the nose will create just a slight bit of a shadow, but you can always go back in and make it lighter, or you know, however that you like it. I kind of like it like that. Gives it a little characteristic. Smudge that out just a little bit, and we're gonna just and then zoom out. I kind of like the detailing on their nose. Her nose kind of is a little bit cute right now. It'll look a whole lot better when we do the contouring and the makeup and all that stuff. Trust me, this is going to be a really cute picture. Really, really cute. Okay. Kind of smudge this just a little bit. I need to go back in here. Turn this back down. And I want to go over this again. Oops. I'm going to start down here. It always helps to have a steady hand when doing this. Oops. Undo. Actually, just kind of maneuver that around. Alright, let's take that down, see how that looks. I actually really, really like that. Alright, sorry about that pause. Got a brief interruption from the kids, but back to where we were. Alright, I'm going to work on this nose just a little bit more. Just because to me this is still a little dark in this area. I don't want it so dark. move that up and around just a little bit. Blend the two together. That's why you hear a lot of tapping. Alright, zoom out. Okay, that's much, much better. Alright, so for right now, I'm satisfied with my nose. I'm going to leave it be. Alright, so one thing I see that I need to do as well, get rid of this. That little dot is just driving me nuts right now, so yeah, let's get rid of that. Alright. Now, as you know, in reality, when it comes to the chin, there is a shadow that is cast underneath the chin. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our Dodge Burn tool, and it's pretty much the same technique. I'm going to do the brush a little bit bigger though, and I'm going to burn. Alright, and I'm going to just kind of go around the chin line. Oops, I do not like that. I'm going to do that. Let's try this again. Sometimes it gets me a couple shots before I get it just to where I like it. But I go around the chin line just like that. Still don't like it. Okay, sorry about that. Let's try this again. My GIMP wanted to act a fool on me. So, let's go ahead and do this chin line one more time. It's not going to be perfect. Like I said, I don't have a very steady hand. But I'm just kind of going to, because the shadow is going to be cast over this way some, because of the way her head is turned. So we're just kind of going to just like that. Nothing major. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my smudge tool. And I don't know why this angle is like that. Let me put that back down to 0. Alright. Grab my smudge tool and I'm just going to kind of smudge this right on out. And when you do that, it's going to give the appearance of the shadow underneath the neck. Kind of drag that down some. Go along that chin line and smooth it out. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, and that way I can see. It's still a little dark under there, so I need to go ahead and work that out some. So let's go back in. Just kind of work your shadow out. Sometimes you gotta pull it up in there. Let's see, let's go a little bit bigger on the brush. That should help move it around. So we don't want it so dark all the way up. There we go. I just got to fix back there in that corner. But other than that, I really, really like that shadowing. It fits it. It looks really good. Especially at the angle that her head is tilted. Alright, so let's go back in there and fix this corner back here. So make this smaller. Okay. As you see, I kind of messed up with the hair right there, but that's fine. We can just kind of fix that just like that. Alright, let's zoom back out and see how that looks. It's a little better, but we can fix it a little bit later on. We have some more things we need to do. Alright, so right now, the next thing I want to do is I want to smooth out her lips some, and then we are going to actually start on enhancing her face. It's a little dark right there. Fix that real fast. Okay, also if you haven't already installed the Script FU, there is a video on my channel to be able to install this into your GIMP. I use this a lot in any of my videos, so it's a great tool. I suggest you have it, just because it's something good to have. Alright, so let's go ahead and do these lips, and we're just going to smudge it out just a little bit. What it's going to do is it's going to soften the edges around them. Still a little big. Let's go down. Okay. I'm going to hold the shift key as I do this around the sides. I will do it in a smaller stroke pattern. As you see, it's softened the edges of the lips some, so they're not so hard and unnatural looking. And we just go all the way around her lip. Sometimes you have to go over areas to get them just right. Have to go over them a couple times. Kind of fix that, blur that up just a tad bit. Alright, there we go. Let's kind of soften the lips some. Let's go ahead and zoom out and look at that. It's made we're going to do an overlay on the lips, which is going to change the lip color. This is something I like to do. It makes it a whole lot easier as well. But first we're going to go back in here with our Dodge Burn tool. Let's do this larger, the bigger of the fuzzy brushes. Turn this down some, and we're going to go along the inside creases of her mouth. I'm actually going to go to 400, and I'm going to burn this. So we're going to hold the control button and just follow the creases of her lips. What this is going to do is it's going to add a little bit more definition to her mouth. When we overlay it, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Alright, now I'm going to get my little brush, or my little smudge tool, turn this up just a tad bit, and kind of just smooth it out some. That looks terrible. Undo that. Undo that a couple of times, apparently. That creates kind of like a shadow for the upper and lower lip. Alright. Kind of zoom out. See how that looks pretty good. Don't look half bad. Alright. Now we can go on to the kind of, it seems like a lot of work, but it's not. But this is more what I call the makeup part. Now we're going to start working with layers. Everything we do is going to have its own separate layer. We will be adding them a lot. Alright, so the button to add a layer is right here. So we're going to click this button, this will pop up, and we're just going to hit OK. Alright. Once we hit OK, that added another layer in our layer stock. Alright, we are actually going to work on this top layer. Alright, first things first, we're going to start with the nose area. Alright. This is just how I do it. Like I said, this is more like putting on makeup. That's the best way I can describe it. Alright. I'm going to use my fuzzy brush. This is a 6. This is a decent size. I'm actually going to use the black. Might sound weird, but trust me. Method to my madness. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Alright. I'm just kind of going to do the bridge of her nose. And I'm going to do the same on this side. Oops, let's go back. Steps. Alright, there we go. I'm going to take this and I'm kind of going to just make it a little bit bigger than my line. I'm going to hit these edges just like this. Kind of bring it up my brow line. Alright, now I am going to go back to my layers and I'm going to take this layer right here, my top layer that I'm working on, and I'm going to go into mode, which is right here at the top, and I'm going to go into overlay. And then I'm going to go to filters, and I'm going to go to blur, then I'm going to go to Gaussian blur. This little box is going to pop up. I'm going to find my nose lines. And I'm going to turn the blur up. Let's do about a 25. Zoom out. And bam, we have the contour of the nose and the eyebrows. Alright, we're going to go back and add another layer. Let's see, on this layer, let's do the top. You can do this any way you want, but this is how I'm going to do it. It's kind of, I know it looks crazy, but trust me. This don't have to be perfect because we're going to blur this out. Let's go ahead and overlay. We're going to go and let's re-show Gosling blur. Let's go to the top where our scribble is. Let's turn this way up. Just like that. That's a little dark, so we're going to lighten that some. So we're going to turn the opacity down about halfway. There we go. That's not too bad. Alright. Now let's get our layer for our cheeks, or our and then we're going to overlay this one as well. And we're going to show Gosling blur. And let's turn this down some. Let's see here. Go in and turn that down. Just about like that. You can leave it any way you like it. I'm just doing this to the way I like mine to look. Yours does not have to be exactly the way I do it. This is just teaching you a technique. Alright, now that we got that done, we're going to add another layer. Because as I said, everything is done with layers on separate layers. Alright. Let's go in and let's do a little bit of this shine. So we're going to swap the colors from the black to the white. We want our white on top. And first, let's start. Just kind of like that. I do a triangle, but like I said, you can do this any way you like. Everybody does theirs differently. Like I said, this is just one technique of doing it. Alright, we're going to go to blur and we're going to repeat Gosling blur. Let's overlay that. Zoom out some. That's a little bright for me, so let's turn that down. That's a little too much of this. But I like that. I like that right there. Alright, now let's go add another layer. We're going to zoom in. Let's do our nose. Alright, let's go make our brush itty bitty. we're going to just make a line. Our nose like that. And then just kind of a few dots right here at the end. Show Gosling blur. Find your white line. Turn that way down. We're going to repeat that a couple times. Alright, once we got that repeated, let's go and put that in overlay. Actually, let's not. Let's go back to normal. And I kind of like that. Just a little bit. It looks really, really good. I think I want to hit that with a Gosling blur one more time. Maybe again. But as you see, I'm kind of playing with it and just seeing what I like and what would look good on this photo. Alright, let's go ahead and add another layer. Let's do some forehead shine. So let's bring our brush size back up. I'm not very careful when I do this, as you see. I just kind of freehand everything, and when I blur it out, it seems to just work for me. It looks right. I don't know, but this is how I just like to do it. Alright, let's go back in here and show our Gosling blur. We're going to turn that up. Probably like that. Let's go put this in overlay. And turn it down. Alrighty. Now, so far, she looks really, really good. I really like how my picture is coming together so far. We're actually I'm gonna close these real fast so you can see the difference each layer has made. I mean, this is turning out to be better than I expected. Hey, might have a new happy pic. Okay, now I got her face to pretty much the way I want it to look. I want to do her lips. Alright, I do my lips a little bit different than some people. I'm going to use my free select tool and make sure I'm on a totally new layer. And I'm going to just kind of trace her lips. Not exactly on the edge, but pretty gosh darn close. And the reason for this will make sense more in a moment. Alright, now I'm going to go in here and pick a color that I went red last time. What a brown would look like. I don't like that color. Let's overlay this. Ew, no, that's ugly. No, okay. Let me just go back with my... Ooh. I like that one. Let's take this off overlay. Put it back on normal. Let's multiply. There we go. Alright, now I want to hit select and none. And as you see, it looks a hot mess right now. But we're going to go in here and we're going to show our Gaussian blur. Let's turn this way now. Let's do about a 5. Filters. And that's how I do my lips for some reason. I don't like how that looks on top, so let me duplicate this layer. Let me move it up. Just a tad bit. Alright, to me that looks so much better. Normally I would be a little bit more careful. The lip right here I think probably could have been better, but I like it. Alright, but we're going to leave it as this for right now. So I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to put my black and white back up, and I'm going to use my white and grab my brush. It's a little bit big, so turn this down. Add some dots in there. Show the Gaussian blur. Turn that down some. And we're going to repeat this a few times. And now that looks like a lip shine. There we go. Looks like she got a little, just a little bit. Let's turn that down some. Because I don't want it to be like too much, because yeah, there we go, just enough. All right, my next step that I want to do is I want to go ahead and add my eyelashes. So let me put my black on top, and I'm going to add a new layer. And eyelashes are a little bit tricky. First of all, you always have to find one that's going to work with your eyes that are in the abbey that you're using. Normally these for me are the best to go with my eyes. Alright, so let's go in here. I'm going to have to turn my brush size way up. It's going to have to be big, because it's going to have to fit my eye. Oh, that's way too big. Alright, that might work. Now, as you see, it's not the right angle. We want a completely different angle for this. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to adjust our angle. And this just depends. You have to kind of play with it. See which way it rotates. We need this one to rotate down, so we're going to have it go negative. And you see I keep lining it up with my eye. And I bring it down just a tiny, tiny bit to make it appear that it's setting more on the eyelash line. Alright, now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to add another layer. And I'm going to go get the other side that matches. And now I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to, where this is a -16, this is probably going to have to go to about a +16. But because of the angle of her face, let's kind of try it. And we need to make it a little bit smaller. See how that don't fit right. That's too much. That's still. There we go. Let me zoom out. And I really like how that looks. Alright. So we got our top lashes on. Now what, oops, way too big. Now what I'm going to do is, this is going to seem crazy to you, but because right now it looks like these lashes are just sitting on her face, we are going to add a drop shadow. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, let's start with our bottom lashes. I'm going to zoom in kind of big. Let's go up to 400. It's easier to line the lashes up the way you need them to. Let me get my angle just right. Make sure you have your new layer already added. Get that angle right. Adjust it again. 2 more. Zoom out. Perfect. Alright, let's go add another layer. See if this will work for me this time. Yay. Switch to the lashes for the other side. We're going to have to go in and adjust our angle. I'm going to zoom in. Oops. Okay. So what we're going to do now is let's go ahead and add another layer. Make sure I have the right brush. Zoom on in. Our angle should be correct already. It should be at a 4. Kind of line it up. Looks about right. Okay. Now as you see, this kind of goes right here. Oops. Undo the paintbrush. We want eraser. So we want to take those off. That way it looks like they're being covered up by the hair. They're not looking unnaturally long and sticking out over the hair where it shouldn't be. Alright, so now that we got those done, we're going to go here and I'm going to go to Script FU, the layer effects, and I'm going to go to drop shadow. Add me a drop shadow to that, and let's turn that sucker down. This kind of gives your the appearance of fuller lashes, but it adds a 3D effect to it to make it look more realistic. We are going to repeat drop shadow and turn that down also to about 30. Alright, let's zoom out. And so far so good. I like how it looks. Alright, let's go back in up close. Let's add a new layer. Now for our top lashes. For my eye shape, this one tends to work the best. Alright, let's angle it the other way. And it needs to be a little bit bigger. Oops. Needs to be pitched down a little bit more. So angle. There we go. And let's go ahead and back on out of that. You see how that fits perfectly. Alright. Let's go over here and do this other eye. Switch to the right eye, or the right lashes for the eye that you're going to do next. Gotta go in here and do my angle. That's too much. Back out of that. And it's a perfect fit. Alright, now we're going to go back in. Yes, I zoom in and out a lot. I know. Alright, let's go back in and repeat drop shadow. Turn this down to about 30. Go down to the other set of lashes. Repeat. Drop shadow. Turn that also down to 30. Alright. Now we are actually almost done. Only a couple more steps. And this little picture is actually complete. Let's go back up to the top. Let's go grab our big fuzzy brush. And let's turn the size of that bad boy on down to about a 10, actually. That should be good. Alright. Now this is going to seem crazy, but trust me on this. We're going to, did we add a new layer? Yes, we did. Alright. Now pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to make everything kind of just look more realistic. Alright. At least to me, this is how I do it. I like it like this. I think it's cute like this. Alright. I'm actually going to use a black. Alright, and I'm just going to kind of trace what is on the outline of the face. And actually with that, I'm going to cut that off right here. Okay. Now, go back to my brush. And let's finish outlining the face. Oops. Alright, remember when I said we were going to fix that corner right there? Well, this is how we're going to do that. And we're actually not going to do all of this because this picture is going to pretty much focus on the face. But the area that we are going to have shown of this, we want to look like it's supposed to. Alright. Go back up to the top. Let's start this direction. Alright. Now, I'm going to zoom out just a tad bit. Now you see, right now it looks kind of funny. And I'm actually going to move this all the way down here to this bottom. Alright. Now let's set this to overlay. Let's go in here and we're going to go to blur and Gaussian blur. Let's blur this out up. And bam. There we go. Now, there's a, let me see here. I think I'm going to add a little shine right there. But for the most part, I would call this edit just about done. Let's go down here. Let's add a layer and move it all the way to the bottom. You can either use a background off Google, or I am actually going to do a color. Alright, now as you see, I got my color chose. I'm actually going to go in here and I want to drop shadow. Oops, not that. Don't do that. Delete that. Drop shadow, the actual avatar picture. That makes it pop and makes it look a little bit more realistic. And then I'm going to do one more thing, and I'm going to do an outer glow. And we want this one. I want this one to be pink color. And let's go in here and blur and Gaussian blur. I'll blur that out quite a bit. And then turn it down. And let's do another drop shadow. And there we go. Alright, now that I have this done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the area that I want. So I'm going to go to crop. Go to the very, very top layer. And I'm going to rectangle. Select the area I want. Just like that. Alright, now, final steps. Well, my name, let's do this in white. Alright, So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to get my little A. And let's do this. I'm going to go find me a different font because I just use this one on my last picture. And I'm picky about my fonts. Very, very picky. So it might take me just a moment to find one that I actually like. I kind of like that one. And you can just put this anywhere you want. I want to actually rotate mine just a little bit. So I'm going to use this tool right here. And as I rotate, I'm going to hit Shift and Control. Just to kind of, it keeps it from becoming too blurry. And it keeps it proportionate like it should be. Alright, now I have my name up there. Alright, I'm going to just repeat my steps like I did with my drop shadow and my glow. Let's drop shadow this twice. And then let's do a glow. Outer glow. Okay. And there you have it. I'm actually going to save this as new edit 2 and save that as a PNG. Oh, large. Alright, and I always save it in 2 sizes. I save it in a large one so that way when you go to upscale it again, it's not blurry. If you notice, I did not move, not a single, or merge, not one single layer. I left them all separate. Alright, let's go to Image and Scale Image. And we are going to unclick this chain. We're going to do 160 over 220. Proper size for IMVU DMP or DP. Export as. We're gonna DP. And let's compare our pictures. Oh, come on. Open. Oh my goodness. Okay, for some reason it wouldn't open like that, so we're going to compare our pictures like this. This is our starting product, and this is our finishing product. There could have been a couple other things we could have added. We could have done, some highlights right here around the brow. We could have done some more definition to the brow, but for the most part, that is a very beautiful pic. So I will send you your final along in your mailbox with this video link, so that way you know what I expect from you. And I will give you 1 week to complete your final. And if you have any questions, just feel free to contact me and we'll go over anything that you need to go over. So I can't wait to see what you come up with. Good luck and have a blessed night.